pretty long. It seems like we were just here on Sunday.
We were just here.
All right, do I have a microphone, please?
Yes, Judge.
Vashawn, we're just here on Sunday. It seems like it was only Sunday. And you know, I should have went to bed early to rest up, but my mom started me to watching Lydia Poet on Netflix. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Oh, it is. Of course, we were off on Monday for Veterans Day. I always think you should celebrate veterans every day. So what that means is today is a Monday and a Tuesday. All right, everyone, someone's going to jury trial today, so please confer. And jury's going to be called up this morning. Oh, please confer. Raymond, it seems like we were just here on Sunday.
I'm ready for next request. I brought my bag again.
You always have your go bag. That's a good thing. Hello. Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing this morning?
I'll let you know about 20 minutes.
Okay. Could I see the file on Joshua Wong, please?
Yeah. I haven't conferred, but I think it's just a status, and I'm sure he's doing fine.
Okay. Let's see what's going on. Let me go to Odyssey.
Beautiful flowers.
Oh, thank you. You know, you got to brighten your day, right?
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Yeah. So it was my, well, not was. I celebrate the entire fourth month.
I know, I mentioned last week. So you
And so
give yourself a little extra treat. this
oh,
month?
yes. And then some are from other people, my brothers and stuff. So he's currently on deferred adjudication. Have you conferred with Jason? Because I know the next question is for me to consider removal.
GPS.
Yes. So if you'll confer with him on that, and then we'll come up with something. And Vashawn, can you tell me how Joshua Wong has been doing while he's been on probation? Any violations?
No violations, no compliance.
Okay.
And I believe state is unopposed to.
All right. All right. Mr. Wong.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Even
You're
though you're on Zoom, sometimes people don't do that. And I try to tell them you're still in a courtroom.
Mhm.
So how have things been going with you?
Yeah, things have been going so good. Thanks.
All right. So what have you learned? What have you been up to?
Well, we've been doing still on the culinary club. We've been doing a lot of cooking,
Oh, wow.
and I've been learning a lot of stuff.
Do you have your specialty yet?
Excuse me?
Do you have a specialty of what you really like?
Oh, well, last week we made turkey tacos.
Wait a minute, last week and you didn't bring any to the 187? Can you believe that? You know we eat here.
Sorry.
No, I'm just joking with you.
Yeah.
All right, well, continue on the right track. My understanding is that the state is in agreement to removing of your GPS. So even though your GPS is being removed, don't get wild and crazy, okay? You have to stay on the path in order to be successful, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
I
and
will.
again, if you need anything, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always let your attorney know and come back to court, okay?
Okay, I will.
All
Thank
right,
you so
is there-
much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, just that.
All right, anything else?
No, thank you.
So I'm gonna order the removal of the GPS. Probation will get in touch with you and your attorney will get in touch with you to let you know how that can be removed, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Good all, Judge?
Yes, that's
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate it.
If you'll get in touch with, talk to the clerks probably in the back and also probation about the removal.
Okay, thank you.
They may or may not need you to tender me an order, so you can just write one out. All right, Willie Fields. All right, you say he's still in federal custody. What's the update on his case?
The update, Your Honor, is I've spoken with his federal public defender. The next parole hearing is going to be on December the 11th. There's still may be further charges. It's not quite sure about that quite yet.
All right, so you're saying a federal parole hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
So he's up for parole on the federal side or what? I mean,
Revocation.
okay, so you're saying it's revocation. Let me write that down. And you said there may be new charges?
Yes, Your Honor, possibly.
State on Willie Fields, the evading arrest with a vehicle. Counsel told me has a pending parole revocation in federal court. So what I'll do, Norma, we'll bring this back in January. Let's put it down for January 13th.
Sounds good, Your Honor. Thank
All right, thank you. You're welcome. Deputy Lord, 2025. Whoa. Where has the time gone? Tyler Ashbaugh. All right, so are we ready for trial?
Judge, today is, I think, the final discovery.
Yes.
And so we did what we needed to do. I was going to ask if we could get a plea deadline date to discuss that with the state.
All right.
Now that all the discovery's been completed and we've had access to the alleged crime scene. I know that was an issue in the past, but we resolved that last court setting.
All
We've done
right.
what we need to do there.
All right, your plea deadline date is going to be November 14th. Yes.
Okay. And then Judge, if it does not resolve, would we be able to get a date for pretrial, for pretrial hearings prior to trial?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
But it'll be a
anticipating
quick turnaround for that.
quick turnaround for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, how quick are you thinking, Judge?
This month.
This month? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that I have, trying to anticipate like how quickly to file all those and
Okay.
get prepared on that.
All right.
But okay, thank you. So
All
we'll be
right.
back Thursday then?
Yes.
Okay.
Norma? No, I said the 14th. Yes. All right, so once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. State, when you have a chance, I guess we could do it on the 14th. If you'll make sure the acknowledgement of discovery is complete by the 14th. Yeah. And so the 14th, Jason, is their plea deadline date.
Okay, may we be excused?
Once the reset form is signed,
Okay.
yes. Thank
We'll sign
you.
that. Thank you, Judge. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, this case has been around since 2023, so
It has.
yeah. But I'm glad you all have all your discovery. I know it's hard on that end for that.
There were a number of issues on this one. It took a while.
Mhm.
Thank you.
It's like what my grandmother would say. You know, young people will never understand, you know, the mini series, right? We don't even have mini series on television anymore, do we? And you would think something was ending, and then you realize it's going to take about an hour to solve the crime, and you have to wait till the following week. Young people will never understand it. So I finished the novel, and then guess what I realized? It is a series, and it doesn't tell you that in the beginning. Because the way it ended, I was like, yes, because it ended, and I was like, oh my gosh, they got captured. How are they going to get out of this situation? And then guess what ends up? I Googled because I'm like, surely this is not the end. And then there's a book 2 and a book 3 that hasn't been written yet. But now I will start on McFadden's. Is it McFadden?
Freedom.
Yeah, Frida McFadden. She has a book out called The Boyfriend. I'm going to start on that. The first book this court read, but I will tell you, the first book we read in here, Bridget, was Don't Let Her Stay. Oh my gosh, hearts were racing in that book. And I think the person who wrote that was Nicholas Sanders. All right, Travis Mann,
Yes, Judge, I'm present for Alfonso Otero. Mr.
come forward. Hi. Okay, what's happening with,
Mr. Otero is not in the country. He's out of the country, but he's ready to go to trial. He'll be present tomorrow to pick a
we
jury.
can do trial by Zoom. Where is he?
He's in Mexico City.
Can we still Zoom from Mexico? I think we can Zoom from Mexico if he's not on the plane.
I think he's on his way in. He'll be here this afternoon, so I don't think that's possible.
See, we're using words we think, so I mean, it's still possible. All right. Norma, Mr. Mann is being recalled for tomorrow,
Great.
and they'll give you a reset form. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I broke a button on it. When I shut my door, my mirror caught it.
Oh, well, I hope the mirror is okay, because sometimes that snags on things.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And Norma, if you'll reach out to that attorney and let them, okay. All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Chelsea. Hello. Can I see the file on Chelsea, please? All right, so I wanted to make sure you had an update. We found a placement for you. Now here's the thing about the placement. The choices were, oh, and can I see the file on Chelsea, please? The choice was Haven for Hope or either Rosetta Key. I think that Rosetta Key would be a better placement for you, only because of the services they have and because they have other women who are there who could perhaps offer you some mentorship. And the person who runs the place could perhaps offer you mentorship. Here's the kicker though. For to start with, you'd have to sleep on a futon because all the beds are taken.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Abrams gonna give me the documents to sign to transfer you. So this is what I want you to understand. This is your chance. Do not come back here again, not reporting, getting into crazy nonsense. So the only thing that you should be concentrating on in your life right now is bettering yourself and making things better for your child. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So don't go getting involved in any relationships. I can't force you not to get involved with relationships, but your focus should be you, your sobriety, and your child, and getting your life together.
Yes, ma'am.
Because once you have your life together, then maybe you will attract good people. When you don't have your life together and it's all chaos, you're just going to attract other people whose life is not together and in chaos. You understand? So this is your shot. So what you're on, let me see. All right, so you're on deferred adjudication. It's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is 2 to 20 years. So if you come back and it's because you're not following through on your conditions, you having a baby, all of this, that's something to consider, but that's not something that's gonna ultimately say, oh, this person can't go to prison because they have a child in the world. What would end up happening is Child Protective Services would get involved. You understand? So if you don't want that, this is your chance. Think of yourself as having a key in your pocket and you look at that key every day. And that's the key that you can open the prison door and go into prison and live there. Or that's the key that you keep and you don't use it to go to prison. You understand? It's all in your hands. If you need something, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court, okay? All right, so just have a seat and they'll let you know what the program is. And Bashan, on Chelsea, I know she'll be released, but let's recall this in like 2 months to see how she's doing, just for an update with Rosetta's Key. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-month reset on Lisa Chelsea, please. January 13th, all right. All right, we're gonna bring you back on January 13th to see how you're doing there, okay? All right, thank you. Who is here on Ryatt Aguilar?
That's me, Your Honor.
Hi, okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Oh, I cannot complain. You know, I'm currently alive. That's always a good way to start
I had
a
a
day.
question of your knowledge.
Oh.
Why does LSU wear white jerseys at home?
See, you know what? Here's my thing. I don't understand why you will bring up LSU, but since you brought them up,
Well,
let's discuss. This is what I don't understand.
tell me.
And Jason, maybe you can help me. Explain to me how LSU doesn't have a football dynasty where they're in a conversation every year when it's NFL draft time. A majority of their players go in the first round and they all end up being in the Pro Bowl and winning all these awards in the NFL, but that doesn't translate to the college football. And it's not, oh, you know, they have to get their skills up when they go to the NFL. So you'll notice something in 5 years. It's immediate. So I personally think, in my humble opinion, as a person who studies the game, I personally think it's coaching. Because when you think about it, defense, what is defense? Know your position, play your position. Our defense, and I don't blame the students because, you know, I consider them children because they're young. That's all coaching. So explain to me why somebody would go get a Notre Dame coach who didn't even build something with them, and you bring him to LSU, and now our defense is not what it should be. You have commentators who are going on and on about the greatness of the quarterback, and he needs to throw all the time, and he needs to do this, and he's making such great plays. And if you look in his eyes, you can see that he can make the pass. Well, stop throwing interceptions.
That's always a good thing.
And, you know,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The Aggie game. Thank you.
You know, and my response would be, I have the same question in Texas. I mean, we're Texas. We should win at least second or third place in the country every year.
so let me ask you something.
Sure.
Why are you trying to come up in here and make it about Texas? We're not even
It's the same conversation. Why can't we win? Why can't we be a dynasty? It's
that's-
coaching. The answer is coaching.
The two of y'all, I mean, I'm an Aggie. So this is normal for me every year.
just like so now what is left for us? A position that I don't like for us to be in, because I like for people to have their dreams. Now the only thing that's left for us is to destroy dreams
Yeah.
by defeating people. That's all.
I agree.
That's all.
Hey,
I've lived that dream.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And you know,
Mm.
now I will tell you now, Alabama is going to backdoor their way in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I know
know.
we're standing here, but let me see what the rankings are. We have to know this.
A&M's 15, Ole Miss 10, Texas is 3.
Let me see.
They'll screw it up. They'll screw it up.
Don't even talk about LSU, but
They're
you
gonna
know
go
what I'm
They're
wondering?
gonna go to Ole Miss and get their ass kicked. I know that's coming.
Is Alabama in the top?
I think
They
they're
might
like,
be 11 or something
Let me see.
because Georgia fell.
Alabama is number 9,
That's what I'm thinking.
and Notre Dame, who will lose, they could lose to a Pop Warner team, and they
Still be
still will
ranked.
fall like a half a ranking.
I think Indiana's in there, right?
yeah.
Okay, let me see. We got Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State. Indiana's number 5. This is how you know the world is coming to an end.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the top 5.
This is why I'm always prepared for the zombie apocalypse, because Indiana's, and BYU. Now, let me just tell you what's going to happen. So they deserve to be here. But this is going to be a situation when people get to the playoffs, some people are going to get blown out. And then people are going to be saying, this 12-team playoff is just ridiculous.
Well, it's
So,
like ECU in the national championship game a couple years ago. They didn't belong there.
okay. And you know what? And it's veterans. I think it should be Veterans Day every day. Army is ranked 16, but what are they bringing?
I bet
Oh.
Daryl's.
Well, let me change this. Colorado, number 18.
Because of the prime time.
Yeah.
Well, no, actual prime time media.
Okay, this is how you know something's wrong with the world. Guess who is ranked at number 25?
I saw that.
Tulane.
The run out of pieces.
Yeah, I'm just like, maybe we should extend this to 21 teams.
This way, Vanderbilt's not like ranked right now. They'd be 2 big teams
Yeah.
and they're not ranked.
Yeah,
I know they lost, but I mean,
Yeah.
they lost to South Carolina.
but look
Yeah.
who's trying to come back from the death penalty. SMU rising.
Ponies
from
are
the dead.
coming.
I mean, considering
Just where they were,
they were
yes.
doing 30 years too soon.
Yeah. And then we got
Forward thinking.
Yeah.
Ponies are coming.
I mean, considering
Just where they were,
they were
yes.
doing what we're doing now. They were just 30 years too soon.
Yeah. And then we got,
Forward thinking.
Yeah.
then we got Washington State, they're number 19. Why don't we just bring in Appalachian State? No offense to Appalachian State.
Boise.
Well, Canisius is happy. You know why he's happy? Florida's not in here, but you know Canisius claims every Florida
Yeah.
team.
Any
So
Florida team.
Miami is number 12.
Got a bit. Reminds me of the days of Jimmy John.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, miracles can happen, like the miracle on 34th Street. So maybe
Yes.
LSU would do something, but that's where we are. And as we look for our next coach, I'm gonna write another letter and send it certified and put my thoughts in it, but they just ignore it. All right, so sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's his
It's my
fault.
fault. I think, but you didn't answer my question.
Because those ugly uniforms, because they're ugly uniforms,
Okay.
and sometimes we got to bring the ugly. Those uniforms are the ugliest uniforms, and we never play well in them.
We played well in our black uniforms.
You know what Texas wear? White or orange and white.
Yep.
No imagination.
We're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. And then don't get me started on the Dallas Cowboys or the Saints.
Watch that. I don't watch pro.
Well, you know, they say the quarterback for Dallas is maybe he's gonna have season-ending surgery, maybe not.
Prescott? Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
He's done.
Well, they said last report, they said he went to New York to see a specialist. I would just go get my surgery.
Good done.
Honest, this is why I'm not a male and I'm not in sports. Because if I were a boxer, once I got to the top of my game and you know, the purse is like 40 million, win, lose or draw, I'm down.
One time I'm out.
No, I'd still watch this every once in a while, just run around there.
Yeah. Good fall
Cause you
down.
know,
I'd be Mike Tyson. I'd be 57 years old getting in that ring for 30 million bucks.
but I would not. And see, Sanders, he left the football game at the right time. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm done. He's like,
Oh, boy, I can walk. I don't have any.
Because Earl Campbell, he's in bad shape.
Oh, yeah.
They just really beat him up. He never should have played, you know, when he was
New Orleans.
older and they took them to New Orleans, which don't even get me started on Baum Phillips. And they put us back when they brought him, they brought the snake to be the quarterback. These people are like 90 years old. And they, okay, you get me sidetracked. Get me sidetracked.
Take a breath, Judge. Take a breath.
About sports anymore. I'm like, and then there's going to be a drought of sports after a little bit. Hockey will be done. So, all right. So we're back. Okay. On this case, we're supposed to be scheduled for trial today. What's up?
Yes, ma'am. We're ready.
Stage ready, you are.
Okay.
I can, and the only thing is I have 11 o'clock cardiovascular, and then I'm available the rest of the week.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. So we will then recall, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
It's, in this one, it's only a few witnesses, Your Honor, one or two lay witnesses possibly, and then, just officers.
All right. So he has his appointment this afternoon?
Me,
Yes.
yes.
All right. So Norma, recall this for tomorrow. And if this is the one that goes tomorrow, everybody needs to be prepared to pick a jury and then it's immediately into testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I need a copy of the trial court. I'm sorry, I need a acknowledgement of discovery. All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. So how do you feel about the LSU Tigers? Do you think they're getting robbed?
No, they're the best team in the world.
See, now I can't trust him,
Yeah.
but they're not.
That's my favorite team.
All right, we'll see you back tomorrow. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court.
We'll get this.
Get this reset. In La Land as usual.
That's okay. How's it going?
It's
Where'd
going
you
great.
go?
How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm currently alive.
Well, this makes two of us. I guess
Yeah.
we're doing great, right?
Yeah. So where's your client?
I don't know, Judge. I haven't met this guy yet. I've been 3 times. Even when he was in jail, they didn't bring him over.
Is he in custody?
No, Judge.
No, they checked. He's not. He's on.
All right, so we have a violation report
That's what I understand.
and they don't know where he is.
That's my.
But they
my
say
problem too,
he's-
Judge.
So Deputy Laura, can you check? Because they say that he's currently in custody on a misdemeanor case. We're just gonna double check before I do something.
Okay. Good weekend.
Yeah, I did, other than, you know, LSU didn't win.
Oh, really?
I
I didn't know that.
We had our weekend spent here in jury trial.
Oh, really?
We all still in trial right now? Or?
No. We were here Friday. The jurors were sequestered. We were here Saturday. We were here Sunday.
Oh, my God.
And I was like,
Oh, no.
told the jury, I said, I was always like, I will never be a crazy judge who has people here over the weekend. But the only other choice we had was, and the jurors didn't want it, was they could be here, held over, sequestered Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then we come back on Tuesday. And you know, people have phone withdrawals.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
Judge, he's not in custody.
okay. Let me send an email very quickly to pretrial services to make sure he's still not in custody. If not, then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to issue a warrant.
Okay, I
And then once
understand.
they.
That's
pick him
usually
up-
what happens when you don't show up to court, right, Judge? We'll
Yes.
put a warrant out for you.
Yeah,
They'll get you there.
all right, so if you don't have anything else with
I have
us,
three other clients.
Okay.
I have four. I'm all over your.
okay, just give me a moment. Let me
No,
put-
but I'm fine. I'm in no rush. I'm still conferring on them and still.
Okay,
talking.
all right, well, continue to confer and I'll
Thank
send
you,
this
Judge.
email out.
All right, thank you, Judge. I'll give it.
Brenda Carpenter. Who's the attorney for Brenda Carpenter? Morning.
Hi, Judge. My name's Freddie Reese. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Yes, I haven't seen you in a long time. Your Honor, no, not here. Just, you don't need her up here.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't. Forgive me, Judge. Please pardon me.
No, no problem.
Okay. Judge, I'm gonna ask, Judge, I was down for like a couple of weeks,
Okay,
like with the cop. And so, Judge, with your permission, may I please extend the deadline for one setting? Because I was out.
okay.
And I
Any
don't mean to
objection
be,
to the extension of the plea deadline date?
thank you very much.
You're
Your
welcome.
Honor.
Let me see what date. Norma? If you can recall this back for December 2nd,
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you tell me, Your Honor.
All
Thank
right.
you.
for a plea deadline date,
Okay.
it's Carpenter.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you for doing this.
I salute you, Your Honor. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Once she signs the reset form.
You mean?
Judge, just
Okay.
confirm for the second.
Yes,
That's
December
December.
2nd is the plea deadline date.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor. Okay,
Great,
may I
you're
be
welcome.
excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
You're welcome. Yes. Arturo Villanueva.
There you go.
Good
Ahí
morning.
está.
Good morning. All right, today is jury trial day.
Yes.
All righty, so just hang around and we'll,
The state wanted time to look into one of the issues that we were discussing, Your Honor. That's what we discussed.
what issue?
It's come to the state's attention that there might be some discovery out there. Or state like that.
All right, y'all need to call somebody. All right, thank you. Virginia Torres.
Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning. Where's your client?
So Judge, I'm approaching early. She is set for Thursday. And I have a magistrate conference up in Austin that day. I was wondering if we could do it on Monday.
Okay, let me just pull it up just 1 second.
Thank you, Judge.
And are you in contact with your client?
Oh, she's in custody, Judge.
Okay. Deputy Laura,
Yes, Judge.
on Velia Torres. That's gonna be recalled for the 18th. It's cause number 2023 CR 0290.
It's on Thursday's docket.
All right, thank
I do
you.
appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
No problem. Jason, on cause number, it's not on the docket today, but it's cause number 2023 CR 0290. That's being reset to November 18th. Defense attorney is going to be at a CLE. You're welcome. All right, who's here on Steve Chavarria?
That'd be me, guys. We're ready.
All right, and is this an application?
This is, I believe, yes, an application for community supervision. There should be an agreement between the state and the defense on this.
All right, Ms. Abrams? This is an application? And there's only one case?
There's one case with others.
One case plea, Judge.
Exactly.
All right.
I can't be concise, it seems, today, Judge, I'm speaking. I don't know, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
So,
Chavarria?
Marco, does he have other felony cases?
Yes, I have the paper of the.
All right, so if I can have those pages, please. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009465, State of Texas versus Steve Chavarria. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Andrew K. Hicks for the defense.
And are you Mr. Chavarria?
Yes, ma'am.
And Jason, I know you're doing several things, so it's okay if you want to remain at your desk and just announce from there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Did you understand in count 1 and count 2, you're charged with possession of prohibited weapons? Each of those charges are third-degree felonies. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chavarria, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record for a moment. All right, we're back on the record. According to the plea bargaining agreement, state is proceeding on counts 1 and 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison in each count. There is a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. This will run concurrent with 731, 821, 727, 775. And the state will take in consideration AL 2169038, 2024 CR 007367. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking that your community supervision in each count be for a term of 6 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
To count 2, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Oh, off the record. All right, thank you. We're back on the record. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and considered to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
And Judge, we have no objections because I don't think we made that on the record.
All right, I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, that's okay, but we have no objections.
All right. And that you did review the waivers?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And the court will find you guilty in count 1 and count 2. Are you ready to proceed with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, Mr. Chavarria is 24 years old. He's the 24 years he's been on this earth has been unfortunately marred by some rather poor decisions. And so this one, I think, would probably fall into that category. He does still, however, have the rest of his life to go. And I've discussed with him how it would probably be in his best interest if he were to consider possibly doing some trades or maybe better his education. He does have his GED. He has taken some basic college courses, but I'd love to be able to see him move on from this, maybe associate with some better people. If he had been doing so beforehand, I don't think he'd be before the court here today. So anything that the court could do to possibly nudge him in that direction, I think would be most helpful, especially as it goes to possibly probating any fines and or applying any trade or education to his community supervision or his community service, I should say.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am. That's my son.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So this address that's on Port Victoria, do you still live there or know anybody there?
No, ma'am.
All right. And who is Jaime Sandoval to you?
Just a friend.
All right. So when's the last time you had employment?
I want to say towards the end of 2022, I was at Conduit. It's like customer service representative.
All right. So have you ever had any stable employment? And when I say stable, I mean worked at one place for more than a year?
Want to say yes, Your Honor, I've been doing. And I think I was at Circle K for over a year.
Do you have any family here in San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your relationship like with them?
My father, I don't talk to him. Just on and off, in and out of my life. My mother, she's basically my backbone to me. She's always there for me, no matter what I'm going through. I mean, she's the only one that I really have, other than my grandma, which is sick at the moment.
Right, so you have any mental health issues in your past? Drug issues? Drug use?
Yes.
All right, what?
Marijuana,
And what else? All right, so why are you running from the police?
because I knew I had a blue warrant for my arrest with parole, and I was just, they gave me a roof to stay, so I stayed there.
You know, running never solves any problems. It just, at some point, you're gonna have to stop running. And then what I can tell you, not from personal experience, but just from what I've dealt with when I had clients, once the K9 is called in and they do the chopper, it's all over. There's no need to run. Even if you watch Cool Hand Luke, you know what ended up happening to them? Once they sent the dogs out, that's it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court, as previously stated, is finding count one and count two, that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Count one and count two will run concurrently. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 731-821, 727-775. Take in consideration AL 2169038, 2024 CR 007367. So how long were you in prison?
I think I was there for 4 years.
All right. Any gang involvement while at the prison?
No, ma'am. Well, it wasn't prison, it was a Texas Youth Commission.
Ah, you really had a rough start.
Yes, ma'am.
Here's the thing. This is adult now. You're gonna have to get it together. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Are we going to have any issues with you testing positive? Because here's the thing. If you have a drug issue, tell me now. They can work out something to try to get you help. But if you're telling me you don't have issues, there will be no drug treatment for you. They'll just do a TAP evaluation. And if you turn out testing positive, that's a violation of your probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who would you be staying with?
My mother?
Have you picked up the phone and asked her if you can stay?
Yes, I talked to her on a daily.
Okay. Some people just assume.
No, no.
And if you're going to be living with your mother, which you're telling me you are, something that you need to remember, that's her house. If she has curfew for you, you need to follow those rules. If you don't want a curfew, then you have to find your own place. There's to be no contact, and that's in San Antonio, Texas. The court will sentence you to 6 years in prison in each count, suspended and probated for 6 years. There will be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 180 hours of community service restitution. What's your dream job?
Man, I'm gonna sound crazy, but
Oh, nothing's
heart
crazy.
surgery.
I'm sorry, what?
Heart surgery.
All right, so what are you planning on doing to do that?
I mean, I took into consideration to go to college for it, but I really never took a step towards it once I finished my basics in college.
Okay, so here's the thing. If that's what you want to do, you made your life difficult by having these cases, but it still can be accomplished. But just saying this is your dream and not taking any action, it does you no good. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to order 180 hours. No, strike that. I'm going to order 300 hours of community service restitution. And that will be considered satisfied if you obtain a higher level of education. So you're improving yourself. And I think when people improve themselves, they improve the community. So either you can get a higher level of education, which would be work towards your doctorate degree, so you can be a doctor, or if you obtain some sort of trade school certification. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you get into more trouble, violate your probation, you're looking up to 6 years in the prison. You still have a chance. You're young. You still have a chance to turn your life around. If you truly want to be a heart surgeon, guess what? If you're great at it, they will overlook this. But you cannot pick up any new offenses, and you've got to be on the straight and narrow. You've made it difficult, but anything worth having is difficult. So you'll just need to make sure that you have character witnesses. And if you do well on probation, I'm sure your probation officer will write a note for you. If you graduate, I'll show up at your graduation and be like, that's the doctor. But when you graduate top of your class and they say, who should I thank for this? Just mention my name. It's not my mom, it's Stephanie.
You better invite me.
Yeah. All right, well, good luck to you. If you need anything, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Your Honor, may we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Mark Anthony Morgan? Hello. All right, you all are scheduled for a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor, ready for trial.
All right, thank you. We'll see you back here at 11:30.
Sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Trevor Morse. All right, on this one, I show that the surveillance video had been uploaded.
Yes, Your Honor. I went over it and I do have access to it. Although it doesn't have much material value, we are in possession of that, Judge, and we believe that all evidence has been turned over at this point in time. My client does want to proceed with jury trial.
All right. All right. We'll see y'all back at 11:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Zion Taylor.
We were devastated by LSU's.
Hmm?
We were devastated by LSU's.
You know, are you all really devastated? Or are you all just like Alabama a little bit less? That's
I
the
don't think I
question.
could like Alabama any less. So yes, the answer is yes.
All right, Mr. Taylor. You were late for court. Why?
My car front, there's a ball that comes off my car and it starts shaking when I'm driving, so I have to change cars for my little brother.
All right, so here's the thing. You can't be late for court anymore, okay? Thank you for dressing appropriately. Where are we on discovery?
Judge, we filed a continuance and actually another motion, but I spoke with one of the potential witnesses in this case yesterday. Finally, it looks like there may be some discovery issues outstanding. I talked to Mr. Adiola about that earlier today, Judge. Our investigator that the court has appointed has already started working on that, Judge. So that's one of our issues today, Judge. Well, that's the primary issue, Judge.
Okay.
The other issue, Judge, is that the court appointed investigator needs more money. So I filed a motion for additional funds and a continuance also.
All right, so first things first. I have a motion to withdraw.
The court ruled on that at the last setting, Judge,
Okay, I don't know why this is in here. Let me see.
and maybe even a couple days before.
Yeah,
that,
it
Judge.
was.
It was a few
So,
days before.
well,
the
that
last
was
setting.
ruled on in September. I don't know why.
Yes.
All right, it's already been ruled on. All right, now, can you pull for me his investigators asking for more funds? Could you pull that for me? please?
It hasn't been accepted yet, Judge, but I bought a copy for the court.
All right, thank you.
The court initially authorized $1,000. He's asking for another $750. And it's a second degree case, Judge.
All right, so what is the discovery specifically?
It appears that the law enforcement was, okay, give the court a little history. The location where the incident occurred that Mr. Zion is being accused of having committed an offense there, there was a prior location where, and it appears another incident had occurred between one of the witnesses and the complaining
All right,
witnesses that
everyone,
led to
please
all of this.
whisper. Yes.
So it was immediately prior to and was, in our opinion, probably something that affected and probably caused what happened later on. It's in a weird little area of town where it could be Converse, it could be San Antonio, it could be, I think Live Oak, it could be Bear County, it could be Guadalupe County.
So
The
I'm
investigator has
just trying to
narrowed that
figure out
down.
specifically, is there some discovery that the state has that you don't have?
They don't have it, Judge.
All
they
right,
don't.
so what specifically do you want?
What I want, Judge, is the investigator a time and an opportunity to get what he's already believes he's requested, yes, that's what it is. So we're assuming that there's an actual police report and an actual 911 call.
And this is from a prior incident?
It's from the incident that preceded this particular incident.
All right, state,
a
you
few
should have
months.
those documents. So they need the police report and the 911 call from a prior incident. And is it involving the same parties allegedly?
Two of the three same parties, Judge, yes, and there's no mention of it by any witness in any of the reports or videos. And we learned about it when I spoke to one of the witnesses last time.
All right, state, how long is it going to take you to get that information to the defense?
It would ask for 30 days.
All right, Norma, recall this back on December 16th for discovery. All right, is there anything else?
No, yeah, Judge, I don't know if the court needed a continuance, but I filed one anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, we're here for discovery. I mean, unless you just want to burn a continuance.
No, I just
Yeah.
caution, Judge.
No.
Okay.
All right, so don't be late for court again.
So,
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank
And
you.
counsel, if you let the state know, if you want to let them know what specific police reports and 911 calls you want, it should be in their system somewhere.
I'll let my investigator do his thing, and then if he doesn't find it, then I'll reach out.
All
to
right,
the
it
state.
needs to be done by December 16th.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Judge.